Right, welcome to Chris Parkin Shooting Sports. This is the weekly Q&A. So we're going to go back over the questions from the last week and we will see what you have been asking. So Vince Belmonte's put, hi Chris, what manufacturer have you found that had the best out-of-the-box accuracy consistently? I'm interested in 300 Win Mag for moose hunting, thank you. To be honest, most rifles I have ever used will quite happily themselves cope with my capability of shooting in a hunting scenario. So the obsession over group sizes and what's the most accurate is probably less interesting than, you know, what's consistent, what handles well, what's this, that and the other. But in terms of what do I pretty much open the box, grab some ammo and guarantee will shoot pretty well, well, most of the big names do, to be honest. Blaser, Sauer, Mauser, Seiko, Tikka, Bagaras shoot all right. You know, Winchesters shoot well. Brownings shoot particularly well, actually. They've always been very good, actually. They're not expensive rifles and they do have a little bit of bedding in them, which seems to make the difference. So generally, I'll generally only comment when rifles are particularly disappointing rather than if they've been especially good. To be fair, the smallest group I've ever shot with a factory rifle was actually a Blaser R8 6555. It was being zeroed for a customer at a shop and I had to go with it, and if it wasn't for somebody telling me the bullets were going into the back or behind the one hole I was putting on the paper, I wouldn't have believed them. And that was actually with Federal ammunition, and I was actually standing on the tailgate of a truck leaning on a bag that was on top of the roof of the truck, so it wasn't exactly an ideal scenario, by which case I cannot actually vouch for it being anything more than particularly lucky on that day. So there you go, think about that. Right, Richard Flintsport, I don't suppose you know who stocks those wind flags, do you? Yes, the small red wind flags I'm using all the time are MTM wind flags. Hannum's Reloading can get those, so if you look for Hannum's Reloading online you'll find that. Hi Chris, this is Colin Simmons. Can you give me a bit of a demo of the scope at night? And great review as always, cheers Colin. This is the Pard 008S. I have used it at night. There is some night footage on it of me ratting. Haven't used it for any foxing because, to be honest, it's June and I've been doing some reviewing on some other kit and there are so few hours of darkness to actually get out. I haven't been doing a huge amount of night vision stuff, to be honest. But the review that'll be coming on probably in, I don't know, later in August maybe. You know, when the nights start closing in, because I don't want to be out at midnight working, to be honest. Everything about the Pard I've been very satisfied and happy with. I think I've actually got some footage somewhere in my office with some night vision fox shooting footage, and that was with the Pard 008S. That was actually the non-LRF version because I've got the LRF version on an air rifle. But anyway, next question. Andrew Harris. Hi Chris, I own a Maverick 25 FAC and using JSB 34 grain. My question is, would slugs damage a smooth twist barrel, and do I have to buy a slug liner to shoot, say, H and N 36 grain slugs? Keep good work up, my friend. Right, the only thing I would say with slugs is they don't really work in sub 12 foot-pound air rifles. I'm not going to say that for all of them, but in my experience, every time I've tried one in a sub 12 air rifle, it hasn't left the barrel. So I've had to go home, get a rod, slide them out, and actually carry a rod with me now just in case in the truck. But slugs don't wear your barrels out. They're a little bit harder technically than pellets are because they've got just more form to them, more solidity of their form. But I don't have a problem with them in anything I've used them in. They work better with some things than others, and I think realistically FAC is where you need to be at to literally have the oomph to project them at a beneficial sort of speed. Right, someone blah blah blah, can't really moaning about fixed by Q review. If you don't like it, it's years old anyway. I've had a couple of comments in languages I don't understand. I'm not even sure what they are, and when I did feed them into Google Translate, it came up as gobbledygook, to be honest. So apologies to something and Benzi Namulusun. I'm afraid they just didn't, even Google Translate couldn't do anything for that for me, so sorry. Right, Steve Corusoro, my review on the Tikka T3 yonks ago. Yeah, you're right, actually, I did put a slip on that one. It is a 70-degree bolt lift, not a 90-degree bolt lift. That's a couple of years old, that rifle now. Tikka T3X TAC A1, or TACT, they changed its name to, or whatever it is. Jan Ruklowski, I used to work with Jan Ruklowski actually. Do you think a change in rifling choice could improve accuracy with non-toxic pellets? And should we stop calling them non-toxic? Well, everything's toxic to some extent, isn't it? But I haven't actually had a problem with the accuracy of them or the consistency of them. The issue will be long term whether the actual malleability and hardness of the material has an issue with barrels. There is also the fact that malleability does make them slightly less expansive than similar lead pellets. I don't think it's doom and gloom, because I suspect that because they are lighter, muzzle energy is less. Will velocities be able to increase? Will we be able to change things about that much? In short range rimfire, range is not the huge factor. We want flat trajectory. Well, there's some speed for you there. Okay, we're going to lose a bit of ballistic coefficient, but we might pick up a bit of speed because the weight's lower. Energy's the limit, not that. So it's not all doom and gloom. There are maybe some pros and cons to it, and I certainly think that it might cause us to have a whole new life of experimentation. And I suspect that bulk sales of especially tin airgun pellets, they've got to drop the prices effectively if the volume goes up massively. Right. Somebody actually in America saying the fixed by Q, he calls them these boobs at Q, make us look Americans, make us look stupid. So anyway, whatever. The fixed by Q was a bit of a weird rifle. I don't really see the point in it at all in any way, shape or form, but go back to that review if you want. It's a couple of years ago, I think now. Right, Alan Best, I've just ordered a 177 Springer air rifle shooting the odd rat and pigeon in the garden. What pellet would you recommend? Just any 177, I think about 7, 8, 9 grains. I think you can go up to 10 in 177 off the top of my head. I use 10 plus in my HW100, which is still a sub 12. It pushes close to the limit, but they are still sub 12. But I think 7, 8 grain pellets in 177, just a standard Diablo, is going to give you good performance. Practice on paper, make sure you're happy shooting it, make sure you're confident, and after that, worry about the fact that pigeons never stand still and you do need to head shoot them. Right. Darryl Griffiths, awesome as always. Yeah, just someone say thank you. Marcus D, I've always found the Crossman Premier a great pellet. Yeah, they've been pretty good for me as well, actually. There's loads of pellets that are really good pellets. We all just have our favourites. Jonathan Wright, hi Chris. Always good to see how a professional cleans a rifle. Yeah, that's thank you. Somebody here, you're too insecure, apparently. It says, hi Chris, I love the new Q&A format. It gives us a chance to ask questions for those who cannot get to watch the live videos due to the work commitments or different time zones. Thank you for sharing your knowledge. As I've said before, post your questions now on this video, because this is the video that's going to get the predominant effort put into it when I'm looking into things and seeing what's going on. I'm no longer recording on iPhone because it's just a nightmare. Right, the Lavafeva, I don't know, the Lavafeva, however you want to say that. Right, hey Chris, quite new to hunting, but have a budget around £1,300 for a hunting rifle. Scope's already bought, want the hunting rifle in 3006, due to hunting regulation in my country, banning lead, EU, blah, blah, blah. I feel like this is a safety option. What rifle do you recommend? I love 3006. It's one of the great cartridges of all time for a very good reason, because it's just a great cartridge. I think I replied to him on form. I like Sauer and Mauser at that price. I'm particularly liking the Sauer 100. It just does everything you need to do for a tool for a job. It's got a great magazine system, great bolt system. Mauser M18 is also great. The Sauer 100 is probably a slight step up in quality terms. You've also a few more variations in stock choice, stock coloration on the Sauer as well. They both use the same mag system, very similar bolt operation. They're both using 3-lug bolts, 60-degree lift. I like both rifles. And of course the Mauser M18 is a new stainless version as well, which will fend off corrosion that little bit better. Somebody, Munar Kadraka, what's the actual range of the rifle? M3 impact. Well, they usually tell you to look out for about 3,000 metres careful zone, I think, with an air rifle, do they? That's a careful zone. I think it's about 4,500 with centre fires. Is it 5,000? I'm not snobbed up on that just recently. That's what the actual range would be under perfect scenario. Whether you can hit anything at those distances is a different factor. If he's talking about an Impact M3 FAC, well, I don't think I'm the greatest air rifle shooter in the world. I'm sure there's a lot of people pushing them and pushing them and pushing them and saying this, that and the other. Realistically, I'm happy using the 22 caliber M3 out to about 100 metres. Depends on the quarry, depends on the situation, the wind, and whether it's moving around a lot or standing very, very still. Chris Cost 28, is Seiko with the extra money to buying a ticker? I think he means, is it worth the extra money to a ticker? To be honest, not really. The barrels are made on the same machines. It's all made in the same factory. There's slight handling differences, and although I have a slightly awkward relationship apparently with Seiko, which is Tikka, same thing. Neither rifle are a disappointment. They're not inaccurate, but the Tikka T3 is so popular for a very good reason. It really is the base level of everything you need, and it's what everything else is judged upon. Because it is that, and because it's so popular. Let me just switch that sound off on there. Right, Chris McCoy, good honest review. Buying one of these, thank you, thank you, thank you. Just reading through these questions. Someone else saying they're much better than the live sessions, thank you very much. Someone else said precisely, what do you mean by soak? Did I cover that? Basically means put the solvent down the barrel and let it just soak in. Soak means soak to me. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I think I covered everything else now. These are all coming up 8 days ago, so I think I pretty much covered it all. So thank you for watching my channel. Please like, subscribe, comment, click the notification bell, because there's loads to come, and all your comments are what drive these videos and this Q&A session. So enjoy your shooting, stay safe everybody. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.